Hey, what's up, people? This is Elder Tenchi bringing you another episode of On the Brain. And I just recently saw a video clip, 4-minute video clip of a performance with Snoop Dogg and a hologram Tupac. And I gotta say, big ups to Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre and everybody for this performance. It was great, but at the same time, that hologram looked a little too real. Like, you knew it was a hologram because when he turned around, there was a little bit of transparency you could see. I mean, the video was clear enough to see. But this makes me wonder, because we're not the first ones to do this. They're not the first ones to do holographic performances like this. You know, the gorillas have been doing it for a minute, and in Japan they have these ready-made holographic idols, you know what I'm saying, holographic artists. And I'm sitting here thinking, what's next? With this technology, would it be a good thing or a bad thing to do performances like this? And if so, would there be a chance for well, obviously there would be a chance for the record companies to basically turn this into a gimmick. Like, instead of real people, you would, you know, instead of physical people being there, all you would need is a couple of people stationed for the holograms, just to be ready, just in case something goes wrong. And the next thing you know, you got yourself a whole concert, and it's just a bunch of holographics. You know what I'm saying? Now, obviously, that would be cool, but it would also kind of take away from the concert-going experience. You go to see a show. You know what I'm saying? You go to see a show, but for physical people, I'd love to be there and watch Snoop Dogg and Tupac perform again. I'd love to see that, because when they were doing it before Tupac died, I was too young, you know, so I couldn't go to a lot of concerts, you know what I'm saying? And I would listen to Tupac's music, but at the time I didn't understand it. Now I understand it more, and just seeing him, you know, come back for that one performance, that hologram looks so real. Can you imagine what it must have been like for Dr. Dre and Snoop to be on stage with, Snoop Dogg to be on stage with that hologram, knowing that it's, that he wasn't really there. It was just basically an image, a bunch of pixels and information. I mean, that must have been, I don't know. That must have been great. That must have been great for him and hard for him at the same time. I don't know. But what do you think? Who would you like to see, come back even for just one night? You know what I'm saying? So I started running down artists in my head that I'd love to see perform. Everybody from Jimi Hendrix to Biggie Smalls to like all the greats, even freaking Barry White. I mean, what else could we do with this technology? You never know. But just like everything else in the world, it's a double-edged sword. Technology is not good nor bad. It all depends on how it's being used. And with the record industry being the way it is today, could this be an opportunity for the big record execs and everything to use this as a gimmick, to bring people back into concert halls, or to make a quick buck, because a lot of the money that the artists make are from touring and ticket sales, not so much record sales, because there's not that many. If you look at record sales and charts now, people are still buying physical albums, but not as much as they're downloading music off of iTunes and Bandcamp and everywhere else. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, it's still downloading, but since the record companies and since the artists are getting a certain cut of those sales, I guess that's what counts now. Because you hear about digital sales more than you do the physical sales now. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, getting back on track, who would you want to see, in concert, even if it was just for one night? would it just be one person, or would it be a slew of people, or or do you think that this is just a gimmick from the record companies, and you think that they shouldn't continue on doing this? Me personally, I was so like shocked to see how real that hologram looked, because I've never seen one in front of my face like that before. Though I have seen holograms, but never ones that detailed, and it's just crazy to think about the possibilities of what would be the next step that they would take with this. First Tupac, then maybe Biggie Smalls opening for Tupac, or maybe them like going off each other or something. They would figure out a way. But the question is, how much of a good thing would that be? Because hey, we live in a world where you find one thing, like for example 3D technology, and you milk it for everything that it's worth. So would they do this with the holographic images? Would you want to see a concert starring a holographic image? And if so, who would you want to see? And if you haven't seen that video, and you want to know what I'm talking about, go check it out. Let me know what y'all think, and that's it. All right. Rest in peace, Tupac. I am Elder Tenchi, and that was On the Brain. Peace and love.